to Stan the Wine Man TV. I am your host, Stan Rattan, and this is the Blue Collar Wine Show, where I try to help you spend your wine dollars wisely and hopefully learn something about wine. You ever wonder why people think wine's a mystery? Well, I got 3 wines right now, here today, that show you why people think wine is a mystery. And I got to thinking about this. Before I'm going to get into these wines and talk a little bit about that, I want to talk about, let's say you go to a foreign country. Like I went to Portugal last year, and you go there and people speak an entirely different language. You have no idea what they're saying. We also went to Spain, my wife and I tried to learn a little bit of Spanish, but you know, when you get into those countries, it's hard because you don't understand what they're saying, and you feel a little bit, well, in that particular instance, especially in Portugal, if you start talking Portuguese, you have no idea what they're saying. Now, if you were to learn that language, go to that country, you'd feel a lot more comfortable because you knew what they were saying. Now, here's the deal with wine. Okay, you might learn something about Spanish wine, then you have Italian wines, then you have French wines, then you have all these other wines that label their wines in a different way, have different sorts of grapes on them. You go to Portugal, all these places you could possibly buy wine. So, unless you plan on being a master sommelier or master of wine, or you're just a geek that likes to sit in your bathroom and read about wines all the time, or on whatever you're doing, you're going to have a difficult time because you're dealing with all these different countries that do things a different way. So that's why people think it's a mystery. Now, it really isn't that mysterious. Basically, the best thing to do is find a wine steward, somebody you trust. You can go to the store, you trust their judgment, you say, well, I'd like to try this wine. Maybe they'll give you a little ditty on it. You know, this is what it is, blah, 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 all that stuff. But I think you'll like it. And that helps a lot because, you know, basically wine is a beverage. It's something we drink and enjoy. You don't necessarily have to know what grapes are in it. Although, you know, trust me when I tell you, I think it's important to have those on the back of the wine so that, and this is why I say that, this is why I say it, you understand why you like that wine. Let's say you're drinking a Garnacha, a Grenache. You don't know it's a Grenache, but you like the wine. Now, next time you go to buy a wine, you're not sure why you like that wine, but you can't find it again. And now you're going, oh, why, you know. But if you knew it was a Grenache, you know, well, maybe I like a Grenache. Maybe that's a grape I like. Or maybe I like Syrah. Or maybe I like Carignan. Or maybe I like... But if it doesn't tell you on the back of the label what grapes are in there, it's hard for you to start understanding what you like, what your palate desires. Now, granted, those can change, but you see my point. I hope you understand that. Now, from a critic standpoint or a writer standpoint, we like the grapes on the back, so we don't have to get on the internet, look it all up, try and figure out, you know, what is this, what is that. It's much easier if they just put it on the back of the label. So, we're going to look at 3 wines. You read the label, you're wondering, what the heck is this wine all about as a consumer? Now, I can only imagine walking into a shop and you don't know anybody there and you're looking for a wine, you know, it would be mind-boggling, it really would. Let's take, for instance, this first one. Camino de Navarreros, 2013, San Martin de... okay. It's Madrid, D.O., so a lot of us know where Madrid, Spain is, but there is nowhere on this label it tells you what is in the bottle. I looked all over the place. I looked it up online. It is primarily Grenache, or in Spain they call it Garnacha. Same thing. And you're saying, well, what's Grenache? You see a lot more Grenache out of California and Washington now. They label it Grenache. Big advantage in the United States as far as that goes. And Grenache is also a primary part of the Rhone, southern Rhone wines. They use Grenache a lot there. Tends to be spicy, not always, but it can be spicy. This is out of the D.O. Madrid, or the D.O. meaning the appellation, the domination, the origin of the wine. And this also has a little Tempranillo in it, but it's predominantly Grenache. 90 points, Stephen Tanzer. This rolls in at $15. I say 90 points Stephen Tanzer because I like Tanzer, even though he sold it to Galoni, so I don't know where I'm going on that. But you see, you buy this wine and you're going, what the heck is it? So you kind of get the understanding of why wine can seem to be a mystery to some people. You know, the thing is to find somebody that is knowledgeable that you can buy from. I think that's the big key if you don't want to be the geeky person that, you know, looks all this stuff up. I'm curious about this wine, 100% Grenache. I'm a big Grenache fan. So I'm getting right off the bat. I'm getting a little like crushed rock. There's an interesting, wow. Wow, there's a big, almost like candied boysenberries coming through. Yeah, big time. Yeah, it has a real candy-esque, you know, like that hard candy, since we're getting close to Christmas, you know, that hard candy that you get. It has that kind of smell to it. A lot of licorice coming through. A little bit of rose petals. So there's, actually this is a very aromatic wine. And once again, without getting geeky, as far as smells go, wine is not mysterious. I mean, it's just what you get. It's what you can relate to. You're never right or wrong. You may find some smells in this one that I don't find. If you read this descriptor from Tanzer, you read a descriptor from Wine Advocate, Wine Spectator, a lot of times you'll find different descriptors. You're wondering if it's the same wine. It has a lot to do with the taster, what they're familiar with, what their mind is connected to at the time as far as smells. Very interesting to know those. Let's see what we get on the palate. This has a lot of things I like about Grenache. It has that nice white pepper spicy edge to it, which makes Grenache so beautiful with so many different, especially with meats. So good. Good with lamb, good with steaks, good with a lot of different things. Very refined tannins. I mean, you get just a hair of a grip, but these are very silky, but at the same time, almost like a grainy element to the tannins, which is kind of curious. I get a lot of red flowers, a little crushed rock. I get that interesting kind of boysenberry element coming through. A little bit of strawberry too, which I like. And right on the back end, actually just before the finish, into the finish, the licorice comes through big time. This is good wine. 15 bucks. You could pair it with a lot of different things, stews, meats, all kinds of good stuff. Pork, you could do this pork. Yeah, great wine. I like the refined tannins, but I like the grittiness that they have. I mean, in other words, they're easy, approachable tannins, but they have a little attitude, which I like a lot in a wine. Red flower notes come through, and just a little bit of that candied, hard candy element comes through on the backside. Not sweet, don't get me wrong, but good fruit, good structure. I'm going to go B plus on this one. I like it a lot. But once again, you know, the label tells you nothing. This is Grenache with a little bit of Tempranillo. You could look it up. Just, you know, the thing is, if you find this wine, I would seek out this wine because I think it's very good for the money. It will age also. I would not say that this is absolutely 100% ready right at this point. I would give it 3 to 5 years easily. I think it's a good wine for 15 bucks. BB Plus is a good grade to give a wine in that price range. And again, once again, I just think, you know, you look at the label, there's nothing there. You know it's from Madrid. You know where Madrid is in Spain. Hopefully most of you know that. That's a DO or an appellation in Spain. Hopefully you have a wine shop person that has discovered this wine, has it, and so you won't be able Most times you will not be able to walk in a Safeway, Fred Meyer, local grocery store and find this. You probably need to go to a bottle shop, or maybe you have a grocery store like ours here in Freddie Harbor where we have a lot of different things. But that's a good one. Let's move on. This is a tough episode because I'm trying to help you understand the wine, but at the same time explain to you that sometimes it's hard to understand what's in that wine, and therefore a lot of you might be reticent to buy it because you don't know what it is. Now you know what this one is. Let's move on to this one. Notre Dame de Cosignac 2013 Lyrac. That's all it says on the front of the label. Now, I would think 85 to 90% of you have no idea what that's all about. This is Syrah, Grenache, Mourvedre, and Cinsault. All grapes grown in the Southern Rhone. This wine is from the Southern Rhone. So Southern Rhone, we think of Châteauneuf-du-Pape, we think of Côte de Rhone. Those are all Southern Rhone wines. A lot of you are comfortable, I know a lot of you are comfortable with Côte de Rhone. Even though you may not know everything that's in it, you have a general idea of what the flavors are. And so now you're not too far off. If you like Côte de Rhone, you'll probably like a wine that has Lyrac on the label. Good color on this wine. Yeah, this is really dark. So Mourvedre is one of my favorite grapes. They use it a lot in Bandol, in the Provence. Bandol Rouge is a lot of Mourvedre. It has a good depth of color. I really like Mourvedre. It's one of my favorite. In Spain they call it Monastrell, and according to the books, Monastrell was the original name, but kind of Mourvedre has kind of taken over, you know, that particular name. This one is also $15. So curious, I had this stacked at the store and all of a sudden I came to work one day and it was all gone. Somebody obviously discovered it, really liked it, and latched onto it and took it all. So this has almost like a dirt element with blackberries and currants. A little bit of leather coming through, hints of tobacco, but it reminds me of like a dried forest floor with with a bunch of squished up currants and blackberries. Even a little bit of a meaty element on the nose. Let's see what we get on the palate. That's a beauty. That is a beauty. I mean, really, really intense, concentrated blackberry and currant notes with that nice, just a good acidity, but that acid is well integrated into the fruit. Nice flow across the palate. Fine tannins, but they're well integrated also. I'm even getting a little dark cherry on the backside, a little bit of violets coming through. Excuse me, I'll be right back. That's an incredible wine. Now, and this is a good point. I think as I was talking along, I realized this. If you like Côte de Rhone, and I know Côte de Rhone kind of swings a little bit, but the blends are fairly consistent. I mean, they might do a little bit more Grenache, one might do a little bit more Syrah, one might throw a little Cinsault in there, Mourvedre. But those are the basic grapes of the Southern Rhone, Côte de Rhone. So remember, you don't say the S, Côte de Rhone, not Côtes de Rhone, even though it looks like that. But now, okay, you like wines from southern France, if you like Côte de Rhone. Now you can narrow it down. Okay, now I like Côte d'Aron. Maybe I'll like Lirac since it's really close to the same area. Like you might like this one because you like Grenache or Garnacha. So, but this one's a little more specific. Now, Madrid doesn't always do just Grenache, so you have that problem. But at least you know you like a wine from Madrid. Maybe you could, if it says Madrid on the label, maybe, oh, well, I like the last Madrid wine, maybe you'll like this one. I like the last Southern Rhone wine I had in Côte d'Aron, maybe you'll like a Lirac. Well, I'm telling you right now, this baby is a crowd pleaser, but this is a great wine because it has a little bit of that kind of New World love, but it's definitely Old World. But it doesn't have, it's such good balance. I like this wine a lot. Nice round plum elements, black plums right on the top of the palate. They kind of ease, like they ride the wave all the way into the finish, and you get just a little bit of tobacco on the finish. I gotta go B+, A- on that wine. That's an incredible wine for $15. Entirely different animals. I mean, this is more intense, this is softer, but they both work well. I just really like this Lirac quite a bit. All right, let's move on. Another wine, another region that you'll see a lot from the Languedoc is Corbières. This is a 2013 Castellamare Corbières. That's all it says. You don't get any of the grapes on this or anything. This rolls in at, I forgot to look it up, I'm sorry, don't know. I don't think it's very expensive, probably same price range as the others. This is a blend of Grenache, Syrah, and Carignan, which are all grapes of this region. They vary a little bit, but not a lot. I like Corbières. I think they're great values. Man, I'm surprised I didn't look up the price. Sorry about that. I'll put it down in the down below, or actually on that little phase import I have. I'll put the price of this one on there. Sorry, I forgot to look it up. So what you want to do on this one, and you know, once again, I'm just saying this because this is what makes wine hard for a lot of people. Just remember Madrid, just remember Lirac or Côte d'Aron, and remember Corbières or Languedoc, and you'll get a general idea of what these wines are like from these regions. And not that I'm saying they're all identical, that's hardly, you know, it's just like saying all Napa cabs are the same. They're not. But at least you have a general idea of the flavor profile and the grapes. Like I said, Grenache, Syrah, Carignan. Interesting, like alpha element on the nose. I get alfalfa, dirt, and currants. A little bit of blueberry coming through, which I find kind of curious. I always like blueberry. Oh. Dogs are barking. My guard dogs. My Chihuahua and my Chihuahua. Hey guys, you're interrupting the program. Oh, who's that? Hello?
Hello.
Who's that?
Jim, it's the cops. They're here to arrest your ass and throw you in jail for drinking too much wine.
Oh, you're swearing on YouTube. I'm recording YouTube.
You can rewind.
My buddy Roger here just stepped in. No, that's all right. That's all right. So Roger has been on, how long ago was that, Roger, that we were on YouTube?
I think a month ago, probably.
No, it was like a year ago.
Oh, it's been that long?
Yeah.
Oh, we weren't, oh, that was the other one, yeah.
It was well over a year ago. So this is it, you know, edit and uncut. We're tasting at Corbières right now.
Corbières.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So
well, I'm sorry to come over and interrupt and have the
no,
dog.
you didn't know I was doing this. I should put a sign up. Here's Roger. Say hi to everybody. This is Roger.
Hey guys,
my buddy,
unexpected visitor.
the guy with the good palate that
You
smokes.
can tell us live, Stan the Wine Man live TV.
That's right. So we're gonna let him taste that Corbières with me.
Oh, nice.
Watch out for the computer there, buddy.
I will.
All right. So we're talking about all these different wines that are hard to understand. Corbier, Lirac, and a whatever from Madrid.
Wow. So these are foreign wines, huh?
This is why people think wine's a mystery, because they can't understand the labels. But this is Grenache Syrah Carignan.
Nice.
I was just telling them I got a lot of alfalfa, blueberry, and dirt on the nose.
Oh yeah.
Do you get that dirt kind of alfalfa? Do you get that alfalfa?
They have the hay, like,
Yeah, a little bit of hay kind of thing
wet
going on.
alfalfa hay type. Wow.
A little bit thin. I find this a little bit thin on the palate. It's spicy. Do you get that spiciness on the backside?
It's
You get that
all
little bit of
spice, definitely.
A little bit of spice. The only thing I don't like about this wine is it's just a little thin front to mid palate. The end you get the spice action. I get a little bit of cranberry, red cherry on it. A little bit of red licorice, maybe some red flowers.
But you know, you really touched on saying thin, because it has like, it's.
I'm not sure if that would stand up. Like, you could have this with hamburgers, but if you had like a pizza with some pepperoni on it, it would not be that. You would not get the effect on it. I think this is a good starter wine. I wish I knew the price. I forgot to write it down, but like I said, I'll do it on the little caption underneath this thing. I'll give you the price. I think it's around $12. But at $12, I mean, even at $12, I think, you know, it's a little bit not that interesting, is it?
No, I don't like it.
It's kind of bland.
I mean, it's not a bad wine. It's just
No, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just kind of average, right?
thin. Type.
Yeah.
Too much acid, not enough taste. How's that sound? That's what I think.
Yeah. The acid is there for sure,
And then the taste is just not.
but there's just not enough guts
Yeah.
to support the acid.
Exactly.
There you go. I'm gonna go C on that. I think it's an average wine. If it's around $12, I think it's well, even if it's 15, I'm gonna go C on that. I think it's an average wine. I don't think you're not gonna like it. I just don't think you're gonna write home about it. I don't think Roger and I are gonna talk about it that much later today. So that's just the way it is.
I'm pretty much done talking about that one.
All right, there you go.
Let's move on.
You keep watching, and I'll keep helping you spend your wine dollars wisely. Hey, Raj, thanks for joining.
Thanks, Dan.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.